Hey there, it's Raven Scry here today to offer a look into December for the crypto space. I'm going to move into the crypto space via a journey and really open up to see anything that Spirit wishes to share around the month of December. Now, before we start, I just want to speak to last month's prediction that was coming through in regards to a drop, and it looks as though it didn't play out as was shown. Now, it was moving into that drop in the start, is what Spirit was speaking to. The start of November, we were moving down, 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 and instead of dropping deeper, boom, it went off in the other direction. So unfortunately, this prediction didn't work out. And of course, when I give more specifics around timeline, boom, it backfires. Often I like to stay out of trying to interpret in regards to timelines because it's just a difficult thing to interpret. And also, it's also a big responsibility sitting here and sharing that with you guys. And I say, you got to follow your own heart. It's not financial advice, all of this stuff. But everyone, there's still so many people that come back and it's like, oh, you got it wrong. It's like, oh, well, I did. I'm a human. It didn't play out the way that we expected. All I can do is accept that and reflect upon, how it's played out. So with all that said, I hope everyone's doing well out there. And, crazy times, as we know, the market is going crazy, big movements over the days and, feels like big volatile energy in all directions is moving up more and more. And he's building more and more to me. But today I'm going to move into the topic, the intention of the crypto space in December. Many people have asked me to do this, so I'm going to just open up and extend out into whatever it is Spirit wishes to show around the crypto space for December. So I hope that you enjoy it. Okay, so just switching gears now, coming into a relaxed state to allow myself to expand out and open up to whatever it is that Spirit wishes to share around the crypto space in December this year. It's like I'm moving across the water, and I'm coming from above, moving across, coming from above, and I'm stopping over this boat. It's like there's a boat on the water. It's really sunny, I want to say. There looks to be a man on the boat, and it's like he's in a speedboat and he's moving across the water. It's very blue and sunny in the way the weather looks. I'm becoming aware that the boat is kind of bobbing around a bit. It's like he's stopped. It's like he's stopped the motor and it's sort of bobbing there. And it's like we're stopped. It's interesting because as I stop, it's like I'm seeing up into this blue sky. I'm seeing steps. It's like these steps moving up from the water into the sky. And so I'm going to move up those steps now. Just feeling the energy change. It's becoming somewhat lighter. And it's like I'm just feeling the energy and the lightness here. It's like my perception's changed. It's not feeling very visual, it feels more experiential. It's like I'm experiencing this lightness. They're saying to me, come higher. It's like they're guiding me up into higher levels. I'm aware that Spirit's guiding me. It's like they're taking me through different levels to move up, to be with them. Now it's interesting because they're stopping me. It's like I'm moving through layers and levels of sky, but it feels like of consciousness and different rays of energy, and they're stopping me, and it's just like I'm seeing some sort of ship. It looks like a spaceship, and there's someone standing, or a being standing out the front, just not moving, just standing out the front. And I ask, is this somewhere that, is there something that this being has? They're saying he wants to talk about vision and abilities within vision, abilities to see around vision. Okay. Now I'm moving into this ship. It's like I'm being shown to come in. And they're showing me navigating, but navigating the ship, but also a viewing from the ship, and seeing movements. Now it looks to be they're showing me movements of charts. It's like they're showing all the incremental movements. So what can be shared or shown here? Help me to understand what's being shown. Just getting reference to like movement high, like high movement, but also reference to extremes, like extremes. And it feels like extremes in volatility, one way, the other way. They show it, but to start with, they show me this movement up. I'm just going to ask this energy, blend with him a little bit more. And it's interesting because he's wanting to connect, showing me to connect through a crystal in the third eye. And I feel as though this is a message for you guys as well. It's like visual connections into using your own intuition and abilities to connect with spirit by bringing things into your mind. There's this red crystal that's in the third eye. There's also a blue one. And it's connecting me to this energy. And as I connect to him, it's like I just get all this light coming in. I just feel all this light through my body. It's like it's shifting everything, clearing everything. Now he's putting things into my hands, or I'm noticing things appearing in my hands. And it's interesting because they're like little presents, like they look like small gifts, but mini ones. Okay, and I'm hearing open them. Okay, well, what I'm becoming aware of more so is there's, when I tune into more about these gifts, it's like I feel like there's two in one hand, two in the right hand and one in the other. one in the left. We have something to show you with these gifts, okay? All right, so there's two little gifts. And I ask, well, which one should I open first? They're showing me the right side. Okay, well, I'm going to open the gifts. There's a rainbow, which has come up a lot before. This rainbow, help me to understand the rainbow. What more can be shown? In connection to summertime. And there's just all this, what appears to be like, the way I'm seeing it, it looks like almost a computer game with there's all these little coins dropping in, like you've won something in the computer game. It's like you've got to a level and all the coins go, come pouring in. And there's this laughter around it. Often there's this laughter, but there's this laughter around this giggling laughter. Is there anything more that can be shared, Spirit, around this present, around this rainbow and this laughter and like this computer game? It's like it's opening up in the summer. I'm hearing string of success, and I'm seeing all these little clothing hanging on lines. It feels like some sort of game. There's clothing hanging on lines, like little pieces of clothing, little garments, little colourful game-like garments. Okay. Is there anything more around this gift before I open the others, Spirit? No, it's like, okay, move along. All right. So moving along to the other one in the right hand. Okay. It's a ball. It's some sort of ball. It's like a dark ball that's just almost feels dormant. It's like it appears to be not much, this ball. It's like it's showing as like a dark blue ball, but it's like I need to expand further into what it's offering as this ball, and it's turning into an earth ball, a ball of earth. And the expansion of it's just moving out. It moves from a small ball into this expanded earth. And they're showing me connections around the globe, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. There's just all these points that interconnect in grids and lines. Talking about this being future. Help me to understand what's been shown here, Spirit. They're just showing all these lights and these grid formations around the globe, and they're lighting up. What more can be shared around this gift, Spirit? It's connecting to community, to people. It's the way people are connecting. It feels like they're exchanging within community in this way. It's talking about the earth grid. Talking about someone else wanting to come from higher up to share a little bit more around this. Okay. I feel as though there's an ancient kind of looking man. He's actually familiar from another reading, from many readings. I don't know if you remember, but it's this man that doesn't, he appears as a man, but you look into his face and it's like his face is space, you're looking out into space. He's very wise. He's talking about future evolution here, future growth. And it's opening that up. What more can be shared here around this gift? It's like he just shows all these connected points around the globe, and it's like there's an electricity in connection, but it's maybe not electricity, it's just this connected energy that is moving from one point to another point, and it's moving beyond. It's like in the past it would go from one point to the other point, but it goes beyond that point. It just keeps moving to different points. It can keep expanding, keep growing. There's just this expansion, this evolution that's taking place is what he's showing. Is there anything more to be sharing around this? People will have fun exploring this network. And I ask, okay, is this to do with a project? And saying not necessarily, but you'll understand as we expand. Talking about higher gifts and higher dimensions. Anything more to share around this gift? No, I feel as though I've got to move to the other one now in the left hand. Talking about radiance. It's interesting because it's like these gifts are connecting me to different places in the cosmos, and different energies are coming in to give insights in some way. I just get this sense of all these lights coming through radiance. They're saying radiance, and there's these red lights. There's all these red light energies coming through with this gift. And it's just flowing into my hand. It's like it's just it's being offered. This energy is being given, transferred. Take it and use it, and offer it to others is what they're saying. And he's showing me the other gifts that were in the other two hands, and like it's all connected here. All of these things are connected. Is there anything more around these gifts? No, they just say that's all for them. So as I just sit here in this moment, just putting out our original intention for December around the crypto space, any more insights around what needs to be shared for the community around the crypto space for December. Seeing a large fish, a blue fish, is coming into the center of my mind. It's interesting too because I'm seeing a fishing rod come in with the fish. It's like there's a fish and a fishing rod. Help me to understand. They just keep referring to gifts. These are gifts. It's like catching fish. It's a fishing. But there is this quite strong blue fish that they show. They show me reference to extremes, and it feels like weather that is extreme and quite windy. It's like they're showing me this kind of, it's like circular, perhaps like hurricane energy, but not to say it's necessarily a hurricane, but it's like the energy of everything swirling up together, very volatile, a lot of wind, and a lot of pulling in different directions. It's like as I feel into this wind moving, it's like there's so many forces all pulling in from different directions, and there's a lot of force. And they're talking about the eye of the storm. They're talking about sitting in the eye of the storm. And that's what it takes at this time. I feel as though this is connecting into energy, a sensation of being a human in the crypto space. I ask, is this the case? Is it an energetic? Not only necessarily, but it feels like it's quite prominently human emotion in the way they're showing this. But beyond that is what they're telling me here as well. So they're showing certain information, but in different ways. It's like they're shifting. They're showing me shifting from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. It's like they're almost taking me back to the person on the boat now. And it's interesting because they're showing me a shark underneath. Now, whether this is connected into the fish or not, but it's like they're linking information. But there is this shark that's underneath the water with this person in the boat. And the shark is, although it is a really sunny day, it's really blue skies and everything, there is this shark that is scoping him out on the boat. And it's not as if he really is aware that that's going on, but it's kind of deep underneath. I get this sense of everything playing out at once, everything being interconnected, and the way that they all come together in the energies of what's going on. So we have this wind and this, big extreme weather and emotional weather, but there's also this water scene which is very calm, and it's, but underneath there's undertones going on as it's sun shining down where we have, and they talk of the warmer months. It's like they show me all these little different aspects of what's going on through these different connected sources. But at times they don't seem connected, but they actually are. It's like a scene in a movie where you would watch one scene and you see another scene that's totally disconnected, and then it somehow, the characters perhaps somehow come across, they cross paths with the other scene. It's like the link, the synchronicity, the connection here. that is really what I feel Spirit is trying to show within all of the separate information and scenes. Is there anything more, Spirit, that you wish to show around the month of December for the crypto space? Just talking about being cautious. Talking about being cautious, which I feel as though, reminds me of this shark, that's underneath the water. Being cautious. And then really what is strongly coming through is just the reference of taking profits. There is this sense of it's going to go up forever, as we know, but I feel as though this is what is being reminded to take some profits, because there is deeper sharks underneath, is the way it's feeling. And this is certainly not financial advice to you, because this is an expanded journey, and I'm just getting whatever comes through from Spirit. It's about balancing the opposing sides, the opposing forces. It's not about extremes going one way or the other. It's about balancing yourself within this space. And to do so, you also have to balance your own heart and come into the eye of the storm within, to be able to recognize what's going on externally, and not to act in extremes. That's such an important part here. But certainly to take profits. When the profits come, take some. So important. Showing me reference to quick down, quick up, quick down, like it's like quick dips, quick movements. It almost looks like spikes on a chart, dropping and coming back very quickly. They're showing me reference to this. This also came through the other day from Spirit, so it's referencing again these quick, volatile movements down and up. They feel that they need to mention that. Is there anything else that you wish to mention here, Spirit, for the purpose of the community? Anything else that needs to be heard or seen or felt? They're talking about abundance and riches being had, but it's about waiting. There's patience involved here too. And again, they come into this balancing energy. It's bringing it into balance. And it's interesting now because they're showing me like a surfboard, and the way that you have to balance within riding waves. You have to find that balance, or you can't ride the wave, and it's a sense of your own balance in your own being, in your own body, but also in your own emotions. It might seem quick, but it's almost illusionary, and I feel as though this is outside of time and space, because it seems like everything's happening very quickly, but it's actually slowed down a lot. And there's just patience that's needed here. Okay, anything else here, Spirit, before we close this session today for December in the crypto space 2024? Just talking about gathering together of friends, community connections, having fun, It's like they show gathering around a table, celebrations, food. But it's like they're showing, eat the food. It's like this massive food, this massive spread of all this amazing food, but for some reason, it's not being eaten. No one's eating the food. And it's like you have to eat the food. It's there to be eaten. It will rot if you don't eat it. It will change if you don't eat it. So gather together and eat the food is what they're impressing here. And enjoy staying centered here in this experience. Okay, I want to thank Spirit, and I want to thank all the energies that supported the journey. I'm going to go over and do a little bit of an extended over in Patreon, talk a bit more about some of the different areas that came through and perhaps any thoughts around what's come through, maybe dig a little bit deeper. So if you feel to join us over there, join our lovely community of beautiful people gathered, please feel free. And otherwise, I will see you again very soon. Stay well and stay centered. Raven Scry signing off.